Colonel Rhodes is supervising cleanup.
Try not to break anything while we fix this.
Consequences? You bet there'll be consequences. Obviously, you can quote me on that because I just said it. Anything else? Thank you, sir.
Consequences?
Secretary Ross wants you both prosecuted. Had to give him something.
Not getting that shield back, am I?
Technically, it's the government's property. Wings, too.
That's cold.
Warmer than jail.
Das kann nicht Rick sein. Was zum Teufel?
Hey, you want to see something cool? I pulled something from Dad's archives. Oh, timely. FDR signed the Lend-Lease bill with these in 1941. Provided support to the Allies when they needed it most.
Some would say it brought our country closer to war.
See, if not for these, you wouldn't be here. I'm trying to, what do you call it? That's an olive branch. Is that what you call it?
Is Pepper here? I didn't see her.
We are kind of, well, not kind of.
Pregnant?
No, definitely not. We're taking a break. It's nobody's fault.
I'm so sorry, Tony. I didn't know.
A few years ago, I almost lost her, so I trashed all my suits. Then we had to mop up Hydra, and then Ultron. My fault. And then, I never stopped. Because the truth is, I don't want to stop. I don't want to lose her. I thought maybe the Accords could split the difference. In her defense, I'm a handful. Your dad was a pain in the ass, but he and Mom always made it work.
You know, I'm glad Howard got married. I only knew him when he was young and single.
Oh, really? You two knew each other? He never mentioned that. Maybe only 1,000 times. God, I hated you.
I don't mean to make things difficult.
I know, because you're a very polite person.
If I see a situation pointed south, I can't ignore it. Sometimes I wish I could.
No, you don't.
No, I don't.
Sometimes I want to punch you in your perfect teeth. But I don't want to see you gone. We need you, Cap. So far, nothing's happened that can't be undone. If you sign, we can make the last 24 hours legit. Barnes gets transferred to an American psych center instead of a Wakandan prison.
I'm not saying it's impossible, but there would have to be safeguards.
Sure. Once we put out the PR fire, these documents can be amended. I'd file a motion to have you and Wanda reinstated.
Wanda? What about Wanda?
She's fine. She's confined to the compound currently. Vision's keeping her company.
Oh, God, Tony, every time I think
What,
you
it's
see
100
things the right
acres
way.
with a lap pool. It's got a screening room. There's worse ways to protect people.
Protection. Is that how you see this? This is protection? It's internment,
She's
Tony.
not a U.S. citizen, and they
Oh,
don't
come
grant
on,
visas to
Tony.
weapons of mass
She's a
destruction.
kid.
Give me a break! I'm doing what has to be done to stave off something worse.
You keep telling yourself that. Hate to break up the set.
Hello, Mr. Barnes. I've been sent by the United Nations to evaluate you. Do you mind if I sit?